Hi, my name is Shreyas and welcome to Business Insights 360. This is a project I made couple days back which was provided by Code Basics team in their Power BI course, and I made 5 dashboards in this project which I'll be showing you right now. I'll just give you an overview of all the dashboards, and then I will walk you through each and every single dashboard how I made it. So let's start with the finance view. All I have to do is press Control and click on the finance view. Once I click, you see this is the dashboard that I created. This tells us about profit and loss statement and all the other metrics which I will be telling you about shortly. And then this is a sales view, this is a marketing view, this is supply chain view, and my favorite, executive view. All right. So before doing anything, making formulas and whatnot, first we have to do is understand what is the problem. So, what is the problem? Atlic sells their goods to different stores, which are customers, and these customers sell all these goods to different people all around the world, and these people will be consumers. So, what is the problem that they are facing? Basically, Atlic is a growing company, but they are having a bitter experience in Latin America. All right, so in a meeting, the company decides that they want insights on the data why this is happening. So here I made all the 5 dashboards that will be necessary for them to get the insights on the data. All right, first things first. From where did I get this data? This data was already there in the course, and the data was in MySQL, from which I imported to Power BI, and then the data analysis part began. All right, so the first thing I did after getting the data was cleaning the data. I got the data, I clicked on transform data, and in the Power Query, I cleaned the data. Now, what does it mean to clean the data? I replaced all the misspelled values, I removed all the duplicates, and there are lots of duplicates in this data, maybe spelling mistakes. I replaced them, changed them. Like for example, I go to this table, product date. I just make sure that all the all the product code that we have are unique and distinct, because a product code cannot be repeated. So this is how I checked if the data is correct or not, and if it needed change, I did that. So once the data cleaning was over, now it was time to transform the data. Now, how did I transform the data? I'll give you an example. I made a table called fact actual estimates. Yeah. So basically, in this data, there are two tables that talks about sale. First is fact sales monthly, which tells how much unit is sold, and fact forecast monthly, which tells how much unit was forecasted. Yes. So what I did was I created a table called, where is it, fact actual estimates. This table is the combination of fact actuals and facts forecast. So this is how I transform the data. One more thing, this company's financial year is from September to August, from 1st September to 31st August. I need to calculate the fiscal year from that financial year. So what I did, you can see all the applied steps here. These are all the steps I went through in order to create this table. And this is what data transformation is. All right, so once the data transformation was done, it was time for data modeling. I went to data modeling and I created one to many relationships between dim table and fact table. If you see, for example, check this relationship. You see, in dim date there is date, and in fact sales monthly there is date. In dim date, the date is not repeated, but in fact sales monthly, a similar date is repeated multiple times. So we make one to many relationship with dim date and fact sales monthly. Similarly, I made relationship with a lot of table. It's very crowdy. All right. Once the data modeling was done, it was time to do our favorite thing, make visuals. Now, this is what we get. But before making visuals, there's one more thing called measures. What are measures? Measures are basically these formulas that you create in order to create the visuals. Okay, I'll just okay. So let's go through each view. Let's start with finance view. First things first, let's talk about net sales. Now, what is net sales? If we go to this table and search for, our table that we just made, estimates fact actual estimates. Yes. Now, in fact actual estimates, you see a amount, net sales amount. What is net sales amount? You click, you see it takes net invoice sales. Yes. Then you subtract post invoice deductions. Yes. And then you subtract other deductions. Once you do all this, you get net sales amount. You get net sales amount. Great. And now this net sales, if I show you net sales here in the measures, it is the sum of all the net sales that was in the column. You see, you saw the net sales column. All the when we sum all of that, we get the net sales. Yes. Next is gross margin percentage. For gross margin percentage, first we need to know what is gross margin. Gross margin is basically uh, net sales. We know what net sales is, and the net sales minus total cost of goods sold. Once we do that, we get the gross margin. And gross margin percentage is gross margin divided by net sales. It tells how much part of net sales is gross margin. And net profit, it's the same thing, but instead of gross margin, it's net profit. So net profit divided by net sales, you get net profit percentage. All right. So, this is executive view. Let's go to finance view. All right. So this is all right. So this is finance view. Yes, you already know what net sales is. You already know what gross margin is, and net profit percentage you already know. Now, what are these? These are called slicers. If I click on a particular year, what it does, it changes the whole page, for that particular year. Gross sales or net sales, whatever it is, it will change for that particular year. I can see the data for particular quarter or particular year, or maybe for a particular customer I can go and say, give me data for Amazon for 2020. Yes, and it will give me the everything for Amazon only. You see this green one? Yeah. You see this green one? This is compared to this thing. And if it is more than this one, then it's green, or else it's red. These are called KPI indicators, key performance indicators. What is this benchmark value? How do we come up with benchmark value? Well, that is what this slicer is for. If I click on last year, the benchmark value is last year. And then the last year's value is compared to this. And then if it is more, so it will be green or else red. In the project, we were also given a different spreadsheet with targets. If we want to compare it with target rather than the previous year, we click on just versus target. We get benchmark values changed to target. Yes. And if I click on 2020, you see blank infinity, blank infinity, blank infinity. Target is only available for 2022. What does it mean? This means the target that was given to us was for only 2022. Let's go for supply chain view. All right, supply chain view. I think this is one of the most important view I learned in this project. All right, so you already know about the slicers, market, customer, region, and the year. We click on that, and the data will change for that particular year. Yes. All right. So now let's see what is. These are the all forecast, KPI indicators. Now let's see what is forecast accuracy, net error, and absolute error. Let's start with net error. Net error is basically what you forecasted. You remember the table that we created, fact actual estimates from forecast and actual tables. Yeah. So what is net error? Net error is basically what you forecasted and what actually happened. Like you forecasted 12 quantity. Yes. But the actual happened quantity was 10. So your net error is 2. So that is what net error is. Now what is absolute error? Absolute error is the absolute value of net error. Now, why do we need absolute error? It's simple. When we take net error and see that, let's say for example, we forecasted 12 quantity, what happened was 10 quantity. Yes, so the net error is 2 plus 2. Yes, but on the other hand, on the next month we forecasted 10 and the quantity needed was 12, so we have negative 2. So when if we how much total net error do we have? We say okay, 2 plus minus 2, it will be 0. So net error is 0. You didn't make any error. No, that's wrong. You made a error of around 4 quantity. What does it? How? 2 of more and 2 of less. 2 quantity more in the previous month and 2 quantity less in this month. So to solve this problem, what we do is change all the values of net error to their absolute values. Minus 2 plus 2 doesn't matter. We say 4. Yes, 2 plus 2, 4. Because you made error of 4. 4 quantity. And that is what absolute error is. Now, what is absolute error percentage? Absolute error percentage is just basically absolute error divided by sum of total forecast. Forecast accuracy is basically how accurate was your forecast. Now, how do we calculate it? It's simple. Let's say total forecast as 100%. Let's take total forecast as 100%. If we subtract the error from the 100%, we the whatever percentage is left is accurate percentage. So to get the forecast accuracy, we do 1 minus absolute error percentage. So we get total forecast accuracy is sales view. This tells us about customers, their net sales, gross margin. We already know what that is. Gross margin percentage, net sales versus invoice deductions. You can see all the things shown in the pie chart. Let's go for marketing view. Marketing view tells the same thing. This is net profit visual, and if I click on show GM visual, oops, yeah, if I click on show GM visual, it shows GM percentage of each gross margin percentage of each segment of each actually division. Sorry, not segment, of each division. This shows gross margin of each division. If I click on show GM, show net profit, so this is net profit percent visual. You see this shows the net profit percentage of each segment. And finally, the executive view contains net sales, gross margin, net profit percentage, of forecast accuracy percentage, which we already saw. This is the chart of net sales. You can see the bar graph in net sales, gross margin percentage, purple. Similarly, orange and purple, and this is purple one is market share percentage. Okay, these are the top 5 customers by net sales, and these are the top 5 products by net sales. Basically, what executive view tells us is the whole summary of the business. If we want to understand about a business in one glance, how the business is performing, this is the dashboard you need to look at. This is a dashboard to look at a higher level. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. So this is the project that I made. Thank you everyone for watching, and thank you Code Basics team for providing us with such a nice project and all this huge data set to work with. All right, once again, thanks for watching.